Boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over my headstone. Here lies young getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already dead. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome tsunami.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
After an incomplete pass, 9. Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now let's go!
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, now look at the
56. All right, here we go. Boom, landing.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta rolling to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough.
And let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball. Trying to protect the quarterback now when you got the pass rushers coming at you. And maybe things are a little slippery on the field. The guys trying to cover downfield, wanting to make sure they keep their footing as the guys make their cuts. Looking back and locating the ball, you name it, it's difficult all the way around. But the guy throwing it, he may have the toughest task.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Gone!
On second down, here's Lauletta. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a third down. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it'll bring up third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, some strong running. That's Njoku over the middle. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Completion left side to Miller. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A give to Howard. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Lauletta looking for a first down throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dante Fowler able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Lauletta from the 50. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first down, it's Lauletta. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Patriot! Patriot!
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run with Howard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Lauletta. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Gun!
Out of the gun, Lauletta. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup, as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Barney! Gun! Over!
On 1st down, Lauletta. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Flushed out right. They'll let it go deep for... And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Here's Lauletta now on second. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Throwing on third down, Lauletta escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. Hurdles past him. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20.
Watch it now, Barney! Gun!
On 1st and 10, Lauletta flush to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Giants on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
3-19! 3-19!
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Out left, he's got it to Everett. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Now on 3rd and long, he leaves this one for Howard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
With it on the return is Logan. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! What we got? What we got? Mike's 54. Mike's 54. It's a party now. It's a party now. Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. Steps away to his left. The 20. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch the
he'll try to punch it in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Lawletta. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run for it with Barkley, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied, and the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
You got 4.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Try to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They pitch out to Howard. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Gun! 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 Gun!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. With it on the return is Logan. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And Lawletta's going to throw it here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. On first down, it's Lawletta, eluding the pressure right. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.